What's going on there, YouTube? Vaping with Twisted 420 has returned. That's right, people. We are back. And for one quick second, I just want to say thoughts and prayers to everybody in Vegas. Just horrible, horrible shit, man. This world's fucked up. I won't say the world has gotten more fucked up. I'd say it was fucked up from the word go. But just tragic shit. Just stupid, man. Senseless. But anyway, today, people, it's Monday. We are back. And we are back with the review on a mod that you probably can't buy right now. Anyway, today we are taking a look at the Vzone Spirit. That's right, people, the Vzone Spirit. This is another all-in-one device, similar to my original RDTA box, but it's got a few tweaks. And I'm giving away two of them. I got a black one and a yellow one that I'm gonna be giving away, and whoever wins those, that's pretty much the only way you can get them, because you can't really buy this thing at the moment. There was one website that had them for sale, but like the website's not working, and they're a brand new company. This is their first thing, so they're looking. I figured that's why I wear that. They sent me a hat. I was like, I'll put it on. There's some new dudes. I figure I'd give them a shout out, wear the hat. I haven't wore hats in a while. I used to wear them a lot back in the day. I still look pretty good in the hat. I might have to get back on my hat game. Anyway, what this is, I don't know what this goes for anyway, price-wise. I saw the price at one point, but I don't know, it was like 50, 60 bucks, I don't know. What this is a single 18650 all-in-one RDTA box, essentially, that holds 5.5 mils and has a removable tank reservoir. You can take it out, clean it, do all that cool stuff. Yeah, one 18650 goes up to 90 watts max. It's going to depend on what you put on here. It fires down to 0.1, and it's pretty much like an unregulated device. It goes from 4.2, and your power dies as your battery dies. Neat little trick that this guy has is there's two LEDs inside this tank, and when the battery's full and it's happy, it's blue. It glows blue, and you can see inside the tank. That's kind of cool. Now, once it gets below half and it gets close to time to charge this thing or replace the battery, it turns red. I think that's pretty nifty. That's kind of cool. I dig it. You got micro USB port here on the side for charging. There's no screen or anything. You just press a button and fire it. And speaking of the button's okay. I just wish it was clickier, because, like, listen, it's mushy. It just happens. I would have liked a little bit of click down there, but it's in a good spot. Very ergonomic. This thing's all rounded, so you just now the deck that it comes with is a velocity style deck, and it's got some interesting stuff going on with it too. I'll explain more of that in a minute. I'll get past some boring stuff, tell you what's in the box, and then we'll get down to the nitty gritty. Like I said earlier, this thing takes a single 18650. You want to use a good one, you got a 0.1 build in there if it's putting out full potential. You might want to have a good battery in there. People use the right batteries. The back cover is magnetic, and it does have venting along the back of it. Inside there, everything's labeled, and you just got some standard spring-loaded prongs. Very spring-loaded. I'll show you that in a minute as well. So far, so good. Pretty standard stuff, right? Inside the box, you get your mod, which is good. You always want that in there. And the mod comes in this nice little wrapping, similar to what you get when you get a new phone. I like peeling it off. Feels good. But yeah, nice little protective wrapping on there. Inside there, you get this nice little green box, and that green box has all your extras in it. So you got a manual. Okay, you got a manual. And I'm gonna say, there must be some kind of fucking super sale, wholesale deal going on with these badass little braided stainless steel micro USB cables, but it looks nice, and it's the same one Tesla was using, except it doesn't have the branding. I think those are nice. Those are nice little micro USB cables they're including. You also get some cotton. You got some cotton for your RDA. You also get a bag with some extra coils, screws, and O-rings, and an Allen wrench. All those goodies are in there. Okay, so what makes this thing unique? What makes this thing kind of special here? Here's the thing. This velocity deck, there's a pipe running through the middle of it. That pipe right there is how you fill it. You notice on most other RDTA boxes, they got a little cap that you unscrew and fill it up with liquid. Well, with this one, the whole deck unscrews, and it has a 510 connection on the bottom. But it also has slots that pipe leads down to that fills it up. And on the side of the mod, you got little arrows that show you where to stop. Anything above that, you're gonna start filling those slots back in. But that is pretty neat. All you got to do is pop the cap on this thing and just start squeezing juice into there, and bada bing, put your cap back on. Now you're wondering, what about leaking? The top cap's pretty standard. It's got Cyclops airflow. It's got a big top, big tip. Everything's pretty standard there. But the top cap has a plug in the middle, which works as also a spitback protection. So that little rubber plug right there, it plugs up the that pipe every time you stick the top cap back on. So I think that's pretty cool. This little ring also keeps everything nice and tight. It holds everything together. Yeah, that's a really ingenious way to do it. And I love the 510 connection on the bottom in case you want to stick it on a coil master thingy or do whatever with it. I think that's pretty cool. And you can use regular tanks or whatever you want to use on here. Add that little skirt, bada bing, bada boom. I think that's neat. Also cool. Now you do have 3 torque screws on top of this guy, right? You pop those off, and what you're going to notice is the negative battery connection. See that spring? There's a spring, a big spring, and 2 smaller springs. That's your negative connection right there, people. Pretty cool. Be careful with that spring though. You can lose that motherfucker. But besides that, you got a little seal right there that seals everything off. You pop that seal out, and you're able to take out that whole tank section. Pretty nifty, pretty nifty. You can also see while the tank section's out. Well, you really can't see it where I'm showing you, but the 2 LEDs down there in the bottom. Pretty cool. You put all that shit back together and you're good to go. You can clean this thing out, do whatever the hell you want. So that's pretty nifty. They took a somewhat new concept and added a few tweaks to it. I think that pipe filling is very, very nice. I saw that on the RDTA if I'm not mistaken too, but that's pretty cool in this application. Pretty neat, man. Pretty neat. Now I got the build I have in here on this whole velocity deck is a dual fused twisted Clapton setup, and it's kind of higher. I think it's like a 0.25, 0.3, but it's still doing okay. Oh damn it! I almost dropped this shit. It was pretty easy to build. Everything's pretty standard. Velocity deck's nothing new. It was very simple. But let me have a toke on this guy. Like I said, kind of a higher build. Takes me a second to get going. It is single 18650 after all. Puts out pretty nice, man. I could have put a rowdier build in, but it is what it is. Puts out pretty nice. Not bad, man. So, oh yeah, on the bottom, one more thing I show you. On the bottom, they tell you a good bit of info down there. They tell you your wattage, what your resistance is safe down to, and how you can charge it, 1.5 amp. You also have more venting down there at the bottom. So all in all, man, this is not bad. This is a pretty attractive package. I just wish Vzone had some people to sell it to. Maybe this will help you out, Vzone. Maybe some website or vendor will see this video and say, man, I'll stock some Vzones. This is the only thing they made so far, but it's pretty cool. And you get like 5 different color options too. So they gave a few options right out the gate. It'd be cool if they come out with some more deck options for this guy to screw into. But overall, this thing's not too shabby. It's not bad. I would like a few things I would like to see done better. Let me tell you what. Click your button. This mushy button's a no-go. This thing is still 5 clicks on and off too. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm sorry. I thought I'd tell you. Micro USB's in a decent spot. 2 amp charging would have been more preferred though. You know, a little bit faster charging. Maybe even a dual 18650 variant of this would be pretty cool. I like the concept of it. A little bit more capacity. I like what they did here. Like I said, more decks, a clickier button, and maybe more other models with more battery capacity, and you might be onto something here, Vzone. So either way, you guys could win the yellow one and the black one. To enter the giveaway, all you got to do is the same shit. I'm gonna come up with some different shit at some point. I promise I am. Just like me, like the video, be subscribed to me. I said like me. I guess being subscribed to me is liking me. Fuck, I'm sorry, it's Monday. I'm still trying to get going. Yeah, just leave a comment and shit, and you know, I'll pick somebody for the winner of the stuff. There we are. Vzone Spirit. Pretty cool little first effort from these guys. Not too shabby. And they got me wearing a cap again, so neato. But really, folks, I'll put a link in the description to their website if you want to go check that out. And maybe that website that won't load. Maybe it'll load at some point. It loaded the other day. I don't know. But yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Remember, doesn't matter what the fuck you're vaping on, as long as you're not on them stinkers. And last but not least, you stay sexy, YouTube. Me and the Vzone Spirit, we're out. Vaping saves more lives than being an asshole.